Once again, students, to my class of BA Part 1. We are continuing to study from Paper 1, Section B, and the poem which we have been reading till now is Our Casuarina Tree. And till now we have studied about Toru Dutt's love of nature, and how in this poem, Our Casuarina Tree, Toru Dutt remembers her childhood days when she was in her hometown Calcutta, and she remembers this tree not only for itself, for its beauty and majesty and grandeur, but also because this tree represents some of the most memorable moments of her childhood, which she had spent underneath the tree playing with her brother and sister who are now no more. And therefore this tree is so dear to her, and she has been talking about it in the last 4 stanzas, and this is the last stanza of Our Casuarina Tree, stanza 5. So let us, as usual, first read aloud the poem, stanza 5. Therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honour, tree beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose, dearer than life to me, alas, were they. Mayest thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees like those in borrowed hail, under whose awful branches lingered pale fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton, and time the shadow. And though weak the verse that would thy beauty fain, O fain rehearse, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. So this is the last stanza, and to understand it, first let us focus on some of the difficult words which you may find, because her language is archaic, and she, in her way of expression and use of her imagery, she reminds us of the romantic poets of England, Wordsworth and Keats and Shelley, because of her love of nature. So here the word therefore, because of all the reasons that she has given in up till stanza 4 about the tree's majesty and the importance the tree has for her in her life, she says that therefore, because of all those reasons, I would fain, that is, I would gladly, consecrate means when we make something very pure and holy, or we devote something to something in a sacred manner, like a tree which we in India we all know that the people is worshipped as a sacred tree. So similarly she says that I would gladly make a poem. Lay here refers to the song. So I would make for this majestic casuarina tree, because it is so sacred, a song in the honor of casuarina tree, beloved of those who now in blessed sleep. Blessed sleep is refers to death, because it is a sleep which is permanent, and it is blessed because they are free from all the problems of life. So in death they have a blessed sleep. And then the word comes is forever. A means forever. Repose means sleep or take rest. So all those who were so dear to her, that is her brother and sister and friends who played under the tree, and now because of untimely death, they are now in that blessed sleep, and they were also dear to her. And therefore, what she says is that because of all these reasons, mayest thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees. So what she wants is that the tree should become immortalized, and even though I may die, but because of this poem, the casuarina tree will become immortalized. And this also reminds us of many poems by Wordsworth, which we have read in the previous section A of paper 1, where Wordsworth also remembers in the poem Shall I Compare Thee, and how not marble nor the gilded monuments, where the poet wants to immortalize the beloved friend with the help of the poem. So here what she wants to say is that because of these lines, the casuarina tree would be remembered throughout. Fear, trembling, hope and death the skeleton, and time the shadow. And though weak the verse, this poem may not be very strong or up to the mark for remembering the tree. That would thy beauty fail. That can clearly sing about the beauty of casuarina tree, or fain rehearse, and I can gladly rehearse this poem. May love defend thee from oblivion's curse. So, what is oblivion's curse? That the punishment of forgetting something or somebody completely. So, we all know the fact that as time passes by, it is also said that time heals everything, means with time, memories also keep fading. So, oblivion is to forget somebody. So this is the last stanza of Torudat's poem, and she, as you have read in the earlier videos, was a very popular and pioneer Indo-Anglian poet. And in these lines, she addresses again the casuarina tree, and just because it was so dear to her, of not only because of its own magnificence, because of the memories of the brother and the sister. So, in this final stanza, the speaker wants to erect something in the honor of the casuarina tree, and for those who were beloved, who are resting in peace, loved it. She wants the tree to live long like those trees of Borrowdale, where the reference is to Wordsworth's yew trees. So she, as I told you, that there are references to the poems by Wordsworth. So similarly, here we find that Torudat loved her brother and sister more dearly than her own life, and wishes that this casuarina tree is counted among the immortal trees, like the trees in Borrowdale in England, even after her own death. And it was under the branch of this tree that the brother and the sister had become pale with fear, trembling, hope and death, skeleton and time and shadow. And she says that although her song in the honor of this tree is weak in describing its beauty, yet she wishes that her love for the tree saves it from the curse of being forgotten. And therefore she wishes to make the tree immortal by writing a poem in its honor. She wants to save this tree from the punishment of its being forgotten completely. And the tree stands for nostalgia, longing, memory, whereas the trees of England reflect her isolation. When she was in England, she was remembering these trees, and therefore she cannot connect to the trees in England but remembers this casuarina tree. So the final lines of the poem underscore or give importance to the idea of poem as a written memory. The poet seeks love to protect the tree and her poem from time's ravage. And as in all other stanzas, the rhyme scheme of this 11 line stanza is also A, B, B, A, C, D, D, C and E, E. So with this we come to the end of our big poem, Our Casuarina Tree by Torudat, and do read this entire poem all together completely, so that you understand the connecting link between the different stanzas and you can appreciate it. So also, as I have mentioned, do use the dictionary to refer to the words which are difficult. And with this we come to the end of the poem, Our Casuarina Tree. Thank you.